welcome to this next episode of Financial Planning. I was doing my usual updation of data regarding mutual funds, and when I saw the 1 year returns, my brain went wow. Then I quickly correlated it to the fact that last year at the same time, markets had fallen steeply because of the COVID scare. Now, while the data looks really good for 1 year, we need to be cautious because this is not the way equity funds normally work. And there are a lot of people who still believe that they can stay in equity funds for a short time, make quick returns, and get out. So, what I've done in this video is I've taken easily available data, different data points. I've done a quick comparison so that we can align our expectations on risk as well as a return. So this would help any investor to understand what is the nature of the risk and what kind of returns they can get in. Let's get to it then. So let's look at those funds we were talking about and the returns. So here I'll take a large cap fund, Axis Blue Chip. If you'd have invested a year back and would have checked now towards the end of March 2021, you'd have got a 59% return. Yes, that's right. If you'd have put a lakh in last year, then you would have got 59,000 return in a year's time. Is there something that could have done better? Of course, mid cap fund. So an Axis mid cap fund has given a return of 75% over the last 1 year. And then of course small cap funds which give even better returns. The fund delivered 106%. So if you have put 1 lakh, you would have made 1 lakh 6,000 rupees. Nice, right? But this sounds a little too good to be true. So let's look at 3-year returns. Axis Blue Chip gave 16%. Axis Mid Cap gave 18%. And the small cap fund gave a little lower of about close to 13%. Still much better, right? Considering that if we put it in an FD, we'll get say between 5 and 6% for a year plus period. But what could have happened if you would have invested money in March 2019 and then after 1 year, what would be the story? So the same fund, Axis Blue Chip, has delivered minus 11%. Mid cap has delivered minus 12% and the small cap has delivered minus 22%. So in March 2020, if you're an investor who has invested for a year, you would have been pretty much in shock. But then we go to the 3-year return and let's compare there. So now 3-year returns are subdued but still positive in the Axis Blue Chip fund. So even when COVID struck, if you had stayed invested for 3 years, in March 2020 you would have got a 6% return. The mid cap gave about 4% and the small cap would have still been negative at minus 0.8%, right? But so you see where I'm heading with this, right? We are looking at average returns across different years. So let's move to the 5-year, 7-year and 10-year returns. Now it presents a much more stable figure, right? So, and we can see that the variation has gone down, considering that in March 2021, markets have moved up drastically from a steep fall. Even then, a 5-year return gave 16, a 7-year return gave 15 and a 10-year return gave 13% year on year. These are all year on year returns. Now, in comparison, the 5-year return for in March 2020 was 5%, the 7-year return was close to 11% and 10-year return was 9%. So from this chart, what we can ascertain is that the longer we stay invested, the less is the volatility. Now we can look at this chart in a different way. If I put my money in today and I wait for a year and there are unprecedented events like COVID or there's a steep climb, my returns could be anywhere between minus 11% and plus 60%. So this is as per the historical data. If I keep it for 3 years, then my returns could be between 6 and 16%. If I keep it for 5 years, 5 and 16%, 7 years, 10 and 15%. So, but if I keep it for 10 years, then there is not much difference in the average return that I will get. So 10-year return is not as volatile, like it will be somewhere between 9 and 13%. And we have to remember that there were two unprecedented events. One is COVID, and the other one is a steep climb, which doesn't always happen in the market. So, the outside range is between 9 and 13%. So now as an investor, if I look at this, I can think that, okay, now the longer I keep my funds, the less volatile my returns are. Even if there's a drastic event, probably after 3 years and after 5 years, I will not get a negative return. And after 7 years and 10 years, my return will be much more within a range which is acceptable to me. And does this hold true for all funds? Let's look at the other funds as well. So if I look at the mid cap fund, I can land between minus 12 and 74% positive if I invest for a year. If it is 3 years, it is between 4 and 18%. If it is 5 years, it's similar. But 7 years is between 14 and 20, and 10 years, they've not given a bottom range because the fund has just crossed 10 years, but you can get about 18%. So as we can see, volatility goes down here as well over time. Year on year return comes within a narrower range. And now for the small cap fund as well, the 7-year range is between 18 and 26%, and the 10-year is between 14 and 21. So small cap funds are more volatile, therefore the range is broader. So important to look at benchmarks against which the fund is pegged. So here, by taking the S&P BSE 100 index, we can see that the fund has performed close to the benchmark, right? So 1 year there is a large difference, but let's look at the 10-year returns or the 7-year returns. This fund has outperformed the fund as well as the category. Equity large cap refers to the category. So it is in line with the performance, but has given a better performance than the category average as well as the benchmark. Even in March 2020, the 10-year average and the 7-year average still did perform better than the funds. And when it went down also, it went down less compared to the benchmark and to the category. This is also an important indicator for us. So I hope you found that data as interesting as I did. A few observations that we can make from this data is that one is, if you're going to invest now looking at these charts and the high returns, you're probably going to be disappointed after 1 year because these are very, very high returns. But if last year you had got scared by the charts, then you might have missed out on a good investment opportunity and therefore not got high returns or got the investment at a lower cost. So it's not everybody who could have invested at that time. People who had a second income, who were sitting on a corpus of funds could probably have invested, but somebody with a single income and with high commitments may not have been able to invest. So a good understanding of your own current financial position and the financial instruments which suit you can help you to invest your funds better. And when it comes to equity funds, what we've seen is that there is volatility in the short run. It reduces over the long run. So ideally choose a period of investment which is 5 years or more. Doesn't mean you can't take it out before 5 years, but keep in mind that, at least to park this for 5 years or so, and that will help. And when there is uncertainty in the market, when there is volatility, you should increase your period of review. So always have a reviewing period, but increase that time period so that you can have a better grip on the situation. That doesn't mean that you have to tweak things always. It's just that you monitor it and then course correct if required. So I hope you found the video useful. If you have any queries, please leave a comment, or you can reach out to me on my contact points and I'll be happy to get back to you. For more such content, please stay subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching.